Hello, welcome back everybody. Today we're going to be trying out Raid Shadow Legends and we're going to see what things have changed or how the game appears, kind of my feel and what I experienced when trying the game again in 2024. But before we get into that, let me be absolutely clear. Today's video is sponsored by Plarium, and as a result, we of course are going to be checking out Raid Shadow Legends, but I want to be direct in saying that today's content and my thoughts will be more about trying to provide valuable information or showing off what the game has to offer. With all that out of the way, let's get into it. So here we have a bunch of summon resources that I basically stockpiled since the last time that I tried Raid Shadow Legends, which was a way long time ago. These are obviously the mystery shards, so this doesn't really mean anything for me, but I want to get out with all these small summons. I don't really know too much about the meta of the game. However, I've heard from a lot of people when looking into Raid Shadow Legends that Kyoko is really strong. So that's who I'm going to be pulling for because she has like this whole one-eyed metal garb, like evil eye kind of thing going on. But she's also a defense character that I've heard has extra turns and provides protection to her whole team, all while basically not taking any damage. Sounds good enough for me. Let's try and get her. If we get Kyoko, that would be absolutely crazy. If we don't, that's okay. But we have a lot of characters to get into, and I want to see just how much damage she mitigates, what she can do when we level her up, and maybe we'll be able to do some of the later content in the game. Okay, so we got a Terror Beast. I don't really know what's going on with this guy, to be honest. He's got pretty low base stats as far as I could tell. Okay, this character looks... Hey, this is a character I can get behind, if you know what I mean. So we got literally nothing. So we didn't get much from the ancient shards. We did get Sachi, who I'm going to be interested in trying to build a little bit, because she's going to be an attack buffer. She blinds. She also increases turn increase. Who knows? We can cook with her. Now, I am going to try and get Riho's Bone Spear. I've also heard that this character is pretty crazy. And I mean, transfer debuffs from this character to the enemy. But then you also have stuff like a cleanse. You have a stun. Looks pretty cool. Let's pull for them. Oh. We got a Rowan? Oh, come on. Are we gonna get one? Are we gonna get one? Gold? Okay, all right. Only rares right now, but surely we get a purple here, right? Or a gold? Purple? Purple? One more? Ooh, that feels a little bad, a little bad. Okay, it's all right because we are probably going to get a legendary character here, right? You've got all the characters up in here and the mystic, the ancient, the void shards. That's okay. All of our luck was drained for this specifically. Let's do our summon. Okay, I think we're guaranteed all these characters at this point. Okay, another character here, Bushi. Give me a legendary. Okay. I'm seeing a distinct lack of I can't see these characters' faces when I end up pulling for these characters. Increases defense when they attack. Doesn't sound that good, to be honest, unless if they're super tanky. Now our final summon. A repeat. So we didn't end up getting our Kyoku. However, we have a bunch of characters to level up and invest in. Let's take a look. Whoa, and with the power of magic, what you're seeing here is actually me spending a lot of the day actually not realizing that I had to spend a bit more time into upgrading, leveling the characters. And here's basically what I've learned in the time that I was trying to just very quickly build my characters. Number one, gear matters a lot, which makes sense. But thankfully, there was actually a lot of gear that was given for free. This piece right now is kind of my bread and butter. It's a legendary piece of gear that has a couple speed rolls. It had pretty high base rolls, to be fair, as well. But I also learned that running lifesteal sets so that Kale doesn't die actually made most of the story completable. I was already partly through the story already. However, after completing through the story, I kind of spent a little bit of time power leveling through some of my characters and making sure that some of my characters that I just got were comparative or competable. As you see right now, I've got Melga, who's level 40, I've got Sachi, who's almost level 30, and the same can be said for Fenshi. Watching these characters play has been kind of a blast, in all honesty. They do a decent amount of damage, they do AoE, sometimes they revive, sometimes they give attack buffs, sometimes they blind. A short summary basically of the gearing system and the leveling system. I do think there could be a bit more optimization when it comes to leveling up and stuff. Admittedly, as a beginner, I was a little bit confused about how to level up characters because I didn't have any brews, and I learned that you're pretty much just supposed to spam a level in the campaign to get your EXP. And for those of you that are familiar with games like Epic 7 or Summoner's War, the way that you upgrade or promote characters is a way that some of these games used to do in the past, where you have to upgrade lower level characters, then use them as fodders or level up tokens or level up characters that you will then use to upgrade characters from, let's say, level 30 or 4-star to 5-star and above. I did find the whole process of having to upgrade these characters to be a bit cool, since I did end up seeing a lot of different content in the game, whether that's the keep so that I could get certain potion mixes, or even some of the locations where you can get gears or the sets, which is also cool because I was curious if I could get anything better or if I could get specific lifesteal gear for my characters. With the gearing and the leveling of my characters up though, I did want to show you a bit of an unedited roll of exactly what you'd be doing when it comes to farming out. And without further ado, take a look at what basically 4 hours was consolidated into. Thankfully, there was autoing. So as you can see, those were a couple of the things that I was doing when I was farming out in order to not only gain EXP for my characters, but also gear them up. Now, of course, there are other things I could do to clear or make things go faster. Again, there are a bunch of things to collect as well, but I just wanted to give my impressions really quick about farming and kind of the overall experience I've had up until this point before we get into PvP, which is where I think I will probably spend the most time. The honest truth is that farming is pretty passive. I didn't really have to focus much. I would be watching a YouTube video or maybe doing something on the side, writing a script, and I would just have my character be fighting or farming. And given the fact that I'm in the early parts of the game right now, and I have, well, 1800 energy to basically store up, and they give you so much energy very generously, it feels like another game that I can kind of relax, play casually, and I don't have to focus too much about. Now, for some of you guys, that may not be your cup of tea, but for me personally, I've already been playing around 5 or 6 gacha games, and to be honest with you, having to actively farm everything every single time, every single day, every single hour, every single minute gets a little bit taxing. So I'm actually kind of happy to be able to do the multi-battling, to do some of the things on the side that aren't as, you know, attention intensive, just while I'm upgrading or increasing the progress on my account. But now it's time for us to take a look at Arena. Now, I did notice a couple things that were pretty interesting from the last time that I had played Raid Shadow Legends, and that's the fact that there's not only just Arena now, I now see a very prominent and in-my-face live arena, aka real-time arena, if you're familiar with Summoner's War or Epic 7. And it's kind of what a lot of other gacha games have built their foundation on. Truthfully, I'm pretty excited for this. Even if I get absolutely smacked up, down, left, right, and center, I do think it would be pretty cool to give this a shot, even if I end up losing 100 times in a row, because that's what I did in all the other games when I first saw that I had the ability to play against other live players. However, since it isn't active quite yet, let's take a look at the classic arena. You guys are probably familiar with this screen, and I am as well, since I've been basically tied to my phone right now doing arena in a lot of different games. But this looks pretty interesting. I've already got my dream team. I spent all day farming. Hopefully they get basically one shot. Interestingly enough here that you can't see, but I will move my camera for, there's also a start on auto, which is very, very nice, by the way, if you are, again, kind of doing these things passively. And there is a more active option for you, of course, if you want to turn off auto, or like I mentioned previously, if you just want to do real-time arena. So let's take a look at how the AI performs if I just do it on auto. Okay, these guys kind of look like chumps, and it looks like I have more health than them. Yep, okay, well, yeah, well, they instantly got sauced. Okay, now, obviously, I haven't played in quite a while. My level is probably way higher than, like, I guess this random player. His team power is much, much, much lower, but that's not going to stop me from taking my free wins because I am a man of I want free rewards. And as you can see right here, it looks like we'll get promoted to bronze 2 as soon as I win 20. So without further ado, let's get into it. Slap, slap, slap. Kale really is the GOAT, by the way. I didn't end up getting Kyoku. I didn't end up getting Kyoku, which is kind of unfortunate. But the more and more I think about it, if I'm able to just one-shot everything anyways, isn't the best defense just a good offense? I mean, like, seriously, they're not even having the opportunity to hit me here, so, like, you know what I mean? Like, what's even the point? Now, before I go, I do want to tell you that Ninja is also coming back for a limited time only, so now is the perfect time to start Raid Shadow Legends, especially by downloading my QR code in the top left or by clicking the link in the description. But that's not all, because you also have the ability to win a headset if you also use my link. But you might not think it can get any better, but it can, because you also get an Epic Champion Ultimate Gallic from the Orcs faction if you choose to sign up right now as well. There are tons of rewards that are available right now, including Sun Wukong, who I ended up fighting, if you use code Monkey King. And if you end up reaching level 15, you also get a starter pack that includes Epic Zargala. So what are you waiting for? Join me, join my clan, download Raid Shadow Legends, and I'll see you all next time. If you're curious what Ninja has to offer, he's one of the strongest legendaries ever released in Raid Shadow Legends, and is a super limited edition character brought back for a limited time only. And if you're curious about the things that you can win for new players joining, take a look at the handheld gaming console, a drone, or even a projector. If you want to get Ninja, again, download Raid using my link, enter promo code Ninja Returns, and if you'd like to qualify to win the prizes I mentioned earlier, go to wefinallyplayedit.plarium.com, enter your Raid player ID, and score big. So what are my thoughts on Raid Shadow Legends in 2024? Well, the game is pretty seasoned. There are plenty of collaborations, there are a lot of characters, there are a lot of established content pieces that are already being done right now. You have regular occurrences of things like tournaments, you have real-time arena, you have normal arena, you have clan activities, you have passes. And if you are someone that is returning, there's even activities to get you back into the loop. And while every game, in my opinion, has highs and lows, I actually didn't mind doing most of the story and the grinding for this game, specifically because obviously, I'm in the earlier stages of it, and it didn't really feel like anything was stopping me from clearing through the story. There have been other games that I played where it feels like I'm locked, and I just have to sit there and I have to just wait forever and ever. But thanks to the gear that I got, and honestly, just from, I don't know, summoning and pulling the characters that you saw earlier, I was able to clear through the content pretty quickly. If you're curious about like a check of what kind of content I was able to clear, well, I've gotten all the way to stage 12 on hard. I did read a couple of comments and heard from a number of you guys that actually getting to 12-3 is a pretty solid place to farm if you're interested in it. But between that, the arena, the farming, and honestly, a lot of the simplistic or more familiar feeling gameplay systems like, oh, well, you just want crit rate, crit chance, and speed on your damage dealer so you can go fast. Well, that's something that I'm familiar with, and I'm not stuck here reading up what does spirit insert fancy zing words mean. In any case, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something. If you did, make sure to like, comment, turn on the notification bell, and subscribe. As I mentioned earlier as well, be sure to use my code and link if you'd like to support me. I'm excited to see how Ninja will perform. Everything I've read about Ninja as a character screams he's pretty good, so I'll be excited to pick him up, but I hope you do too. Anyways, that's going to be it. I'll see you guys all next time. Stay safe, stay healthy. Good night.